Think the jobs market is booming because some government report says, so think again. Those numbers are about as trustworthy as a car salesman promising your best deal. Here's why the reality most of us are facing is a lot grimmer. The two crappy jobs trick. Imagine bragging about landing 2 jobs only to admit they're both minimum wage nightmares that barely pay the rent. That's the trick those job reports are pulling. They count jobs, not the quality of those jobs. It's the difference between one solid career and juggling 3 exhausting gigs to stay afloat. The full-time job graveyard companies are shedding good jobs like a snake sheds its skin. Sure, they hire replacements, but often it's multiple part-timers for every full-time position lost. Those new jobs aren't real replacements, they're a sign of people struggling. The government job shell game. Yeah, the reports boast job growth, but guess where most of those jobs are healthcare and government? Problem is, we're the ones paying for those jobs through taxes. It's not wealth creation, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul. Would you rather have more cash in your pocket or more bureaucrats on the public payroll? The openings everywhere. A lot of companies list jobs they have no intention of filling. It's a game to look good, and it traps people who quit hoping for something better. Unless you have a solid offer in hand, don't gamble your current paycheck on empty promises. Want a raise? Jump ship? It's sad, but true companies rarely give big raises to loyal employees. You want a real income boost? Be prepared to switch jobs strategically. It's a messed up system, but that's how you force them to pay what you're worth. Side hustle your life raft. The economy feels like quicksand right now. The safest bet isn't finding the perfect job that barely exists anymore. It's having a side hustle, extra income, a way to break free if your main job goes belly up, and the power to be your own darn boss, at least a little bit. Remember those motivational posters in your old school, the ones about hard work and dreams coming true? Yeah, turns out a lot of that was, to put it politely, a load of bull. The game isn't fair, and it's getting less fair by the day. Those government reports boasting about job numbers, they're like a casino bragging about how many people are playing slots, but conveniently forgetting to mention those same people are losing their life savings. Let's be brutally honest, working hard doesn't guarantee jack squat anymore. You can be the best teacher in the school, but if the district cuts funding, you're still out of a job. You can be the most loyal employee at the factory, but if they ship operations overseas, it doesn't matter how many years you gave them. The system isn't designed to reward regular people. It's designed to make the people at the top even richer. This isn't just about layoffs, though they're scary enough. It's about wages not keeping up with inflation. Basically a slow-motion pay cut. It's about benefits disappearing while costs balloon. You're on a hamster wheel, running harder and harder and barely staying in place, feeling exhausted and demoralized. You're not alone, and it's not your fault. Giving up is the worst option, even though some days it feels tempting. The smart play isn't about trusting some politician or corporation to magically fix things. It's about taking back a little bit of power for yourself, even in a system that seems determined to keep you powerless. Here's the deal: you can't control the economy, but you can control how you respond to it. Make your own money. A side hustle, even a small one, is your escape hatch. It's money. They can't take away skills. They can't outsource. Maybe it's selling crafts, freelance, writing, whatever. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about reclaiming control. Protect what you have built, an emergency fund. Pay off debt, boring but more vital than ever. When the next storm hits, and you'll be the one standing strong, not scrambling and panicking. Don't be a victim. The system wants you complacent, accepting crumbs. Learn about money, how it really works. Demand better at work from politicians, from everyone who expects you to be grateful for the scraps they toss you. The old path to the middle-class dream is overgrown with weeds. We got to forge our own paths now. It's going to be messy, frustrating, and there'll be setbacks along the way, but the only way to beat a rigged game is to change how you're playing it. Let's cut through the sugarcoating. The economy is tanking for most of us, and those sunshine and roses jobs reports are worse than useless. They're outright deceptive. It's like a magician waving a shiny object in your face while he picks your pocket with the other hand. They want you distracted, not paying attention to how the game is rigged. The Good Jobs Vanishing Act companies are playing a shell game. Lay off skilled workers with benefits, replace them with desperate temps or part-timers who get zero security. It makes their numbers look good, but trashes people's lives. Think a warehouse bragging about hiring 200 new workers, but not mentioning those jobs are half the pay of the 100 full-time ones they just cut. Your paycheck's secret shrink. Ray notice how even with a raise, you can barely afford the same stuff. That's inflation. While the government touts low unemployment, they don't mention wages aren't keeping up. Making $20 an hour sounds better than $15 until you realize rent, gas, and groceries have doubled. Benefits, what benefits healthcare tied to your job, is a trap, not a perk. Get sick or laid off, poof, it's gone. Those retirement plans companies love to boast about. Market crashes, like we're probably heading for, can wipe those out. They're dangling shiny handcuffs making you dependent while they squeeze you for all you're worth. Waiting around for things to magically get better is a loser's strategy. Forget risky gambles like meme stocks or hoping to win the lottery. The smart play is about taking back control, because if 2020 and everything since hasn't taught you that nobody's coming to save you, I don't know what will. The side hustle safety net, even a small one. Freelancing, selling stuff, online, dog walking, whatever. It's the start of breaking away from total reliance on one paycheck. It's your screw your money if the boss gets unbearable, or if the economy tanks for real. Ditch debt. Build your bunker. High-interest debt is like trying to swim with an anchor tied to your leg. Get rid of credit cards, student loans, anything that lets them take more and more while you struggle. Emergency fund beats a new iPhone every time. Knowledge is power. They win when you're ignorant. Learn about how money works. Real money, not the crap they teach in school. Understand how inflation happens, how debt traps are designed, and how to spot their lies from a mile away. This isn't getting easier, so you have to get smarter. Nobody's saying you need to ditch society, stockpile ammo, and live off rainwater to fight back. That kind of thinking plays right into their hands. Divide and conquer while the regular folks are squabbling. The real rebellion is about opting out of being a helpless pawn in a system designed to keep you down. Think about it, the more of us who ditch the debt trap, who start side hustles for extra income, who learn to see through their economic lies, the less power the system has over us. Every person who gets financially secure isn't just saving themselves, they're chipping away at the foundation of exploitation. Instead of begging some corporate HR drone for a measly 3% raise, you've got your side business bringing in cash. Now you can negotiate with confidence or walk away entirely if they lowball you. That's power they don't want you to have. Instead of panicking when the next recession hits, you've got an emergency fund and some income sources. They can't touch that fear they use to control us. It starts to lose its grip. Instead of feeling helpless as prices skyrocket, you've learned how to invest a little barter with neighbors, maybe even grow some of your own food. You're not escaping the economy, you're building resilience into it. Here's the thing, it doesn't take everyone to make a huge difference. Think of it like a dam cracking. Starts with a tiny leak, then another and another, until the whole thing collapses. Each person who breaks free from the paycheck to paycheck grind, who builds even a tiny bit of financial independence, weakens the system that's designed to trap the rest of us. You're the one who can finally afford to start that small business you always dreamed of, the one that actually creates value and hires local people, not ships jobs overseas. You're the one who can donate to causes that matter, support struggling neighbors because you're not crushed by debt and bills yourself. You're the one who teaches your kids, your friends, that there's an alternative to the rat race, that being financially savvy is the real path to freedom. Nobody will hand you this power. You have to choose it. Choose knowledge over ignorance, action over apathy, and creating your own security instead of waiting for scraps. It won't be fast, it won't be easy, and there'll be days you want to give up. But remember, every step you take in the right direction is a step they can't control anymore. That's how change starts, from the ground up, one person at a time.